Hi, everyone.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Sorry, folks, we're just gonna wait a few more moments to see if we can get others to join us.
Just to let you know that 808-969 number is Ron Terry.
Okay, thanks, Ron. Okay, yeah, so we need, oh, we might just have quorum now. Hi, Robin. But yeah, let's give everybody just a couple more minutes to join it. Okay, Les, is there anybody else in the waiting room?
No.
No, not
15 minus Bill and myself and Julie, that would make 12 members present.
I think we have 11 because Ron's on here twice. So I know Stephanie can't join, so.
Yeah,
Okay, so I think we have everybody. Thank you folks for joining. It's 1:04 p.m. Oh, and there's Rob. Okay, we'll just wait for his audio to connect. Okay, so all right, thanks Rob for joining. I was just saying, it's 1:04 p.m. We're gonna go ahead and get the meeting started. Stephanie, I think, is unable to join us, but it looks like we have everybody else here. So I'll call the meeting to order. We'll go ahead and just do introductions. We do have quorum. My name's Onaunathone. I'm chair of the council. Actually, I'll just note who's here because that's going to be easier. So we also have Mary Bajere, Roy Abe, Tessie Kinnaman, Makaala Kaumoana, Keith Kawaoka, Robin Kay, Mike Tulang, Mahina Tudor, Ron Terry, and Rob Parsons for the council. Also joining us from OEQC is Les Segundo and Bill Cooper, and our member of the public is Julie Englehart. Did I get everybody? I think so. Okay, thanks everyone. So Les, do we have meeting minutes? Not for today.
Not for today, sorry.
Thank you. We'll keep working on those. And then I will go ahead and turn it over to you, Keith, to give us the director's report. You're on mute, Keith. Okay, great.
Not much has happened since the last meeting. The legislature did end its session, particularly the budget bills. I think I mentioned last time, SB 126 has been signed by the governor. So we're looking through that budgets right now. I think I mentioned last time that legislature decided to keep the position counts, but sweep the budget away. So that's certainly true for the OAQC budget. So we're going to be looking at those budgets and looking at all the other budgets within DOH and see what we can come up with. So we haven't done that yet. We're in the process of doing that. Thank you.
Thanks, Keith. Does anybody have any questions on the director's report? Okay. Okay. Thanks, Keith. I'll go ahead and turn it over to Ron now. Oh, sorry, Robin, you have a question? Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
What's the status? What's the status of our director?
Right now, because Kathy Ho was appointed by the legislature, by the Senate, and because of what I just said for the situation with the budget, we decided that we can't bring her on at this time because there is no budget for the position. We'll keep you posted, though, I'm sure.
Thank you, Keith.
You're welcome.
All right, any other questions for Keith? Okay, so I will go ahead and turn it over to Ron to go ahead and give an update on the exemption committee.
Well, the exemption committee didn't meet this month, but there was a little bit of activity with agencies. We are planning to meet next month, and I think at the very least we'll have an exemption list that has gone out to the public and didn't receive any comments. Correct, Les? Still correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, didn't receive any comments, but now needs to be reviewed one final time by the exemption committee, and we'll probably ask to put it on the environmental council agenda as well. We also have had some back and forth between myself and other staff or members with the Department of Land Management. Did I say the Department of Land Management before? I probably did. The other agencies, the Department of Design and Construction. That's the one that'll come to us next month. The Department of Land Management, I've been working with them. They sent us a list that really wasn't ready for prime time, so I've been talking with them through Les, and Onana's helped me out a little bit on this, sort of instead of the director, because I know the director's super busy right now. And we're giving them some advice about how they can sharpen up that list. I think a lot of agencies are having trouble with the Part 1 de minimis versus Part 2 not de minimis distinction. And so we're trying to give them some extra help and review, and they're generally appreciating that. That's pretty much it, unless there's any questions.
Ron, can I add something?
Sure.
You know, we've been getting inquiries from the judiciary of the state of Hawaii, and
oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah.
Yeah, so the judiciary wants basically to look at wants OEQC to review and comment on the list. And I checked with Ted Boland, and Ted's opinion was that OEQC staff shouldn't get involved in that now because the purview of the statute is such that the OE, the review of these lists is limited to agencies of the executive branch of government, and the judiciary is clearly not an executive agency. But he left open the possibility of whether the council would want to opine on the adequacy of the exemption list, short of reviewing and concurring. So it's a question he left open for, I guess, you and for Bill to kind of maybe talk about, you know, so I just thought I'd bring that up.
Okay, well, I think maybe that's a subject for the whole council to see if there's some thoughts on.
Yeah, this is Onana. You know, I guess if I have a question then, right? Because you're looking at the definition of agency, the judiciary doesn't fall under that. So would the judiciary be considered an applicant for legal purposes for 343 review? And if that's the case, then they wouldn't have an exemption list, right? Because it's only agencies who have it. Bill, I don't know what interpretation this is, and
that's a good point, Anona. But I agree with Ron that maybe this should be an issue that's brought up at another, I guess, environmental council. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for the council, we just need to know where the judiciary fits in the legal context on what ability, I mean, are they even regulated by 343 and how that fits in before we can make that determination.
Okay,
Well, they certainly did an EA for the courthouse in Kona recently, and I should go back and look at that and see what the exact context was, who was the proposing and approving agency and that sort of thing. So, I mean,
Okay,
I think you make a good point about the potential to be an applicant, even if not an agency.
Right. I think that would just help us because I don't think that, and I'd have to check our rules. Applicants don't have the ability to develop their own lists, right? So it's
Nope.
just an interesting situation. But yeah, if you don't mind looking into that, Ron, and then Bill, if you could, from the legal standpoint, take a look at that and advise the council. We'll put that on the agenda for the next meeting in September.
Definitely. Is it possible that Ron can shoot me a copy of that EAEIS that the judiciary?
Yeah, I'll get you the link to it. Yeah, and I want to apologize to the council for once again not having video. I actually went to Amazon, changed my delivery date from July to October, and then so I decided, well, I'm going to go to get one locally. There hadn't been one before. I went to Target, Home Depot, and Walmart, and nothing. Couldn't get a camera, so made another order on Amazon for a cheaper one. Maybe next time. Sorry.
It's okay, Ron. Thanks. Does anybody else have questions? Oh, sorry, Ron. Does that complete your update?
It does.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Ron?
I just want to know, how do we know it really is him?
By my silly voice.
We miss you, Ron.
I miss all you guys. This is kind of weird, but at least we can do this.
Yeah. Thanks, Ron. All right, so next up on the agenda, I did leave an update for the legislative committee. Robin, I don't know if you have any, but you can go ahead.
I don't have anything at all. I figured Keith would give us the most current update, but we already know where that stands. So nope, nothing from me.
All right, thanks, Robin. Okay, Rob, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you for the annual report. And, you know, I hope that everybody was able to review it. It was attached to the agenda. And Rob, take it away.
Thanks. Yes, likewise, I hope everyone had a chance to review the current. Want to acknowledge that Julie Engelhardt of GUM Design is on the call, and thank you, Julie, for fitting that into your time schedule. You know, I don't think any of us might have imagined a year ago when we were refining the questions that would go to 5 different state agencies that, first of all, that we wouldn't make our deadline at the end of January, but that it would take this long. But we are where we're at. And despite all of the delays and, you know, wrong turns and unexpected delays, I'm pretty stoked with the product that we have that we got to review today. I'm hoping that there isn't anything substantially out of place that would require reworking it, other than some Manini edits. And I sent a list of small non-substantive edits to Julie, and perhaps others might have some that we could mention during the time of this meeting. But I want to acknowledge everyone on the annual report committee, because everyone did something substantially to move this forward. People know how they contributed, and I just want to acknowledge it. And you as well, Chair, for handling the interviews and summaries of those interviews. Also to Keith for the procurement, and, you know, Les and Jen in the office for that function. And then Julie has taken it and turned it into something. All we had is words and pictures in the biography section, and now it's really attractive, I think. So I want to hear what others have to say, and then I suppose we can, if it's appropriate, entertain a motion to approve it for publication, with some small edits to be handled by myself and Julie.
Okay.
So I'm interested to hear what others thought of it.
Yeah, I echo that. Thank you so much to the annual report committee, to Keith and Les for getting the procurement, and Julie, it looks really good. So Rob, I did see your email. Take a look at the edits that you sent, and hopefully within the next couple of days we can go ahead and get final comments to you and Julie.
Yeah, part of the tricky part is that we can't collectively do those. We have to just no more than 2 members at a time. If you see an edit, then you can send it to one other member, but not everybody. So we may duplicate each other in seeing some of the same things, but I think that I can be a conduit and work with Julie and make sure that she's got the most current batch of edits.
Okay, so why don't we have that motion, and then there'll be further discussion on the motion, right? If you want to go ahead and make the motion, Rob.
Yeah, I move that we approve an annual report of the Environmental Council, subject to small non-substantive edits to be handled before publication.
I'll second that motion if it needs one.
Yes, thank you, Robin. Sorry, can we do a friendly amendment to your motion and to include having you, Rob, as the conduit for any, Manini edits that need to be done?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. And is Robin, you're okay with that friendly amendment?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, thank you. Is there any further discussion on the annual report, comments from the other council members?
I would just add a word of congratulations to Julie for helping to make dinner out of spaghetti. I think you did a really good job. I like the images that you used, and I think it's colorful and well done. It's nice work.
Thank you very much. It was a fun project. I enjoyed reading the report, and also just adding our own flavor to it was really, really nice to put it out there for you all. And I like the format that it is in at the current state right now.
Yes, agreed.
I think it has readability and it's visually appealing. And I would be remiss if I didn't also send a mahalo to Robin's wife, Sally, who did a substantial read through and offered a bunch of editing suggestions.
Thank you, Sally. Okay, well, if there's no further,
I have just a comment or
Go ahead, Rob.
Rob, I sent in a set of comments. The second set, did you receive that, or? I thought I might have sent it to Julie also. But...
Yes, I know that we both received it. And with respect to Julie's comments that that accepting some of those suggestions might require some substantial formatting, I thought it best after reading through that draft to not do any
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought also.
anything further. Yeah.
Okay.
I think at
Just
some
for-
point we just got to say it's not perfect,
Yeah.
but
okay.
it's good and it captured what we wanted it to.
Yeah, just for the other folks, my comment was, I thought it'd be helpful if we had like either executive summary or some introduction to the article. So that was, I think, my major comment.
Thanks,
And
Ryan.
I think the other one was maybe just a date, put a date on the report. My other comment was, there was talk of forwarding the report, a draft report, to some of the agencies. Since we got comments saying that maybe they might question some of the things we put in there. Is that necessary? I know we talked about it, but.
I believe we made a good faith effort to share
Okay.
our draft with each of the agencies, and a couple responded and others didn't. So,
Okay,
you know,
that's fine.
I think we did our part in sharing with
Okay.
them what we intended to put forth.
Yeah, it was actually an honest comment on the DOT article. So, okay, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, as long as we reached out. So thanks, Rob, for
Well,
confirming.
we didn't reach out after you made the comment, but I think we did send them the information earlier. So I think we're
Well,
covered.
with the DOT, we're also including their entire response as an appendix. The only one of the agencies that we're giving that level of detail to what they shared with us.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, and Roy, your other comment about adding, you know, the final date, that's fine to me. I mean, I guess I could kind of leave that to the group. So we have the 2019 year on it. I guess my only hesitation to put a publication date on is it highlights how late we were in getting this out. So I don't know if it's 100% necessary, but
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. It was
yeah,
just a suggestion.
no,
I just
yeah,
noticed all the other reports had a date. So,
yeah. As a reader,
Okay.
I like to have dates, and I really hate it when reports don't have dates. I just, from our perspective of us not meeting our deadline, that's the only reason I'm questioning it. But so I'm fine either way.
Okay.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'll leave it to
I'm
you.
fine either way too.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else have, you know, other comments they want to add or thoughts on adding the publication date? Okay. So Rob, I'll let you, maybe you can make the executive decision on whether or not we put a publication.
Sure, I'd be
Yeah.
happy to do so. And as I said, I'll be working with Julie on other
Some
smaller
smaller thing.
details.
Okay, great. Julie, while you have us, do you have any questions for us?
No, I don't. I've been working closely with Rob, so all the questions have gone back and forth there, and I think we're pretty clear on what remains to be done on the printout and the publication itself.
Great. Well, thank you folks both so much for working on that. So we do have a motion on the floor. The motion is to approve the draft Environmental Council annual report for 2019, subject to some cleanup edits that will be forthcoming, and to allow Rob to be, you know, the conduit for those edits. All those in favor, say aye.
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 All right.
Are there any opposed? And any abstentions? Okay, hearing none, the motion passes. So thank you very much. Julie, if you're welcome to hang on and watch the rest of our meeting, or if you want to drop, you're welcome to do that as well.
Thanks. I'm gonna hang on for a few more minutes, but I'm gonna go at maybe 1:30 or so.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, so let me just, I believe last on the agenda, we have an update spot for the information and, oh, sorry, before I go on to that, Rob, do you have anything else that you needed to add for the annual report?
Nothing else to add. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so, lastly on the agenda, again, it's an update for INO. I don't know if you folks have anything that you want to add. No, okay. Thanks, Mary. So our next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, September 1st. Same time, same place. So 1 o'clock to 3:30, we'll go ahead and schedule the meeting. We will be having, as Ron said, an exemption committee meeting. So for the other chairs, if you folks want to have a meeting, please let me know. And Les will send out his normal reminder on the 23rd of this month to get your agendas in. All right. And, we also have a spot just for public forum. Is there anything else that anybody wants to add to our meeting today? Or any questions? All right. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and adjourn this meeting. For those of us who are staying on for the next meeting, there's a separate link, right, Les, that you sent out, or we see? Okay.
Can we do that in about maybe 15 minutes? Because I need to grab something to eat real quick.
Oh, okay. Yep,
Yeah.
no problem. So why don't we reconvene at 1:45?
Okay.
Does that
Chair,
work? Yes, go ahead.
I just want to add that I got a note from Joseph that he's okay.
Oh, good.
Was worried about him and worried about his boat, but he's okay.
Thank you for sharing that. I'm glad to hear. We should send him a note, send him a card later when we can all get together again.
Yeah, it was pretty rough around him, but he's okay.
Okay. Thank you for
Send him
sharing.
the annual report.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that as well. We can share a link with him when it's done.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I just wanted
So,
to mention. I just wanted to mention I read in the obituary for Laura McIntyre. I guess she passed away. So yeah,
Oh, thank you.
yeah.
Sorry to hear that. Thanks, Roy. Ron, you had something?
Yes, I just wanted to get clear on what the next meeting is. Is that for the contested case hearing?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thanks.
So yeah, you, Maka'ala, and Robin are released from that, and then the rest of us will reconvene at 1:45 p.m. and on that separate link that Les sent. So, okay. All right, thank you, everybody. It's 1:28. We're adjourning. Oh, sorry, Mary, go ahead. Oh, okay, Mary's saying goodbye. All right. Okay to leave, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.